Welcome to a new episode of Alternative Indian Media. Our aim is to create a political consciousness among the masses. In this episode, we expose and reveal the brain behind terrorism. You will get to know the masterminds. We are presenting a factual evidence. Kindly watch this video clip.
U.S. National Security Advisor Brzezinski flew to Pakistan to set about rallying resistance. He wanted to arm the mujahideen without revealing America's role. On the Afghan border near the Khyber Pass, he urged the soldiers of God to redouble their efforts.
We know of their deep belief in God, and we are confident that their struggle will succeed. That land over there is yours. You'll go back to it one day because your fight will prevail and you'll have your homes and your mosques back again because your cause is right and God is on your side.
The purpose of coordinating with the Pakistanis will be to make the Soviets bleed for as much and as long.
The video clip that you watched just now perhaps provides enough clue. America's 10th National Security Advisor, Zbigniew Brzezinski, was seen brainwashing rather simple Afghan tribal men along Afghanistan-Pakistan border near Khyber Pass. And this is in 1979, the year Soviet invasion of Afghanistan started. It was the American national security apparatus, led by America's 10th National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski, who brainwashed these simple Afghan tribal men and pushed these people into a never-ending war. It was justified under the pretext that these were mujahideens, who were fighting the Soviet-Russian invaders. This is again a big lie. USA, Britain and the collective West started their groundwork almost 8 years back, that is in 1971. Anglo-American Western Empire zeroed in on Afghanistan because of its geostrategic significance. They understood that if they could get a foothold in Afghanistan, they would be able to disturb peace in India through Pakistan-sponsored terrorism and proxy war, keep Iran at its toes, and more importantly, they would be able to destabilize Soviet Russia by fomenting in the Muslim-dominated states of Soviet Russia such as Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and Azerbaijan. In 1973, American and British intelligence would orchestrate a coup in Afghanistan and overthrow King of Afghanistan, Mohammad Zahir Shah. Soon, Western intelligence would start radicalizing the Afghan society, particularly along Afghanistan-Pakistan border along Khyber Pass. And in 1977, American and British intelligence would orchestrate yet another coup, this time in Pakistan. Western intelligence would help an American stooge called Mohammad Zia-ul-Haq to become Pakistan's president. Zia would declare martial law in Pakistan. General Zia would use Pakistan's crushing defeat in 1971 war and the sentiment among Pakistani people to prepare a ground for the radicalization of the Pakistani society. Zia would waste no time in providing the Americans a much-needed foothold in Pakistan, and Pakistan would become a de facto American base for waging a proxy war against India in one hand, and Soviet Russia on the other hand. Zia would appoint a Pakistani army general called Hamid Gul and would mobilize Pakistan's military and intelligence apparatus called Inter-Services Intelligence or ISI to support the Western effort in Afghanistan. Radicalization of Afghan society would continue throughout the later part of 1970s, which picked up pace after General Zia became Pakistan's president. It is this which forced the Soviet Russia to start a military campaign against Afghanistan which proved to be suicidal. USA spreads a big lie that their support to mujahideens and Taliban was in response to Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. In reality, it is the other way around. Soviet invasion was aimed to throttle American, British and Pakistani activities in Afghanistan, and to prevent their backyard from turning into a heaven for the terrorist activities. Taliban and later Al-Qaeda originated from this backdrop. The bloody civil war that Afghanistan has witnessed in the 1990s was the eventual fallout that completely ruined Afghanistan. It is the American administration which funded, armed, trained and raised these mujahideens and later Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Therefore, we conclude that it is the American administration, and particularly American national security apparatus, that created the menace of terrorism. And America's 10th National Security Advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski should be credited with the title, the father of terrorism. And if we consider Brzezinski as the father of terrorism, then Brzezinski's mentor and America's 8th National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger must be credited with the title, grandfather of terrorism. In a later episode, we would discuss why USA, Britain and the collective West created the terrorism menace. Thanks for watching this episode. Kindly share this episode and subscribe to this channel.